opportunity to speak. The normal process on any agenda item is for the chairperson to read the item from the agenda. The board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and/or place a motion on the floor. An opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate and a roll call vote will follow. I'll entertain motions on approval or amendment of the agenda, please.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
And Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosson,
Yes.
All right. Item 2 on our agenda is the Marshall County Property Tax Levy Public Hearing, proposed property tax levy for the fiscal year, July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. At the public hearing, any resident or taxpayer may present objections to or arguments in favor of the proposed levy. Please let it be known that this is the maximum the levy can be. We can always come in under this if there is a change. And we have recently just found out that there is a change that will reduce this levy. The mental health portion of our levy is by per capita based on the population of Marshall County. Previously, the region that we are in for mental health had set the levy at $22. They have, since we have done our budget, reduced that levy to $19, which is a $3 reduction times basically 40,000 people in the county. So that mental health portion of our budget will be reducing by approximately $120,000. Were there any written comments or questions or objections on file with the County Auditor or Recorder's Office?
not that I've heard of.
Okay. Okay. Normally we count the people in physically here. Okay, we have 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 18 individuals attending the public hearing. Are there any of those individuals that would like to make comments or present oral discussions or objections?
I would under the Ranger deal.
I'm sorry, under the what deal?
Under licensing the UTVs.
Oh, but that doesn't have any, okay, what relationship does that have to do with the budget?
Oh, none. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, Robbie, when we get to the very end, we have public comment. And
Okay.
hang on, we'll give you an opportunity at that time, okay?
Okay. I appreciate it.
You bet.
okay. Are there any individuals that are attending the public hearing that would like to make questions, comment, or objections? There being none, I'll entertain motions to close the public hearing at 9:12.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to close the public hearing at 9:12 a.m.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to close the public hearing. Any discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosson,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 on our agenda this morning is the resolution number 2021-0014, the approval of the fiscal year 2022 maximum property tax dollars. I'll entertain motions on this resolution, please.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to accept resolution number 2021-0014.
adopt,
Adopt, please. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I'd second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number 2021-0014, which is the approval of the fiscal year 2022 maximum property tax dollars. Any further discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosson,
Yes.
Okay. Item number 4 on our agenda this morning is the consent agenda. It starts with the approval of the minutes from our regular session of February 16th, 2021, special session of February 23rd, 2021. It's the approval of the claims. Approval of claims is audited and authorize the county auditor and recorder to issue payment of the same. The listing of claims paid at this meeting and all claims paid in the month of March will be published as part of the first meeting in April. Item 6, board committee appointment change. Bill Patton will serve on the Marshall County Solid Waste Committee, and Steve Solosik will be serving on the Iowa River Early Childhood Area Board. Item 7, file clerk of district court report, January 2021, general supplemental fund surcharge of $460.71. Item 8, receipt of the Marshall County Conservation Board annual 2020 report and placed on file. Number 9, approve the manure management plan update for Burt Farms and Livestock Site 5. Burt Farm and Livestock Site 5, ID number 62502, annual update with no changes. Item 10, approve the manure management plan annual update with a 4-year complete manure management plan, Bangor Finisher Farm, ID number 59034. Changes, acres added, change crop rotation or optimal yields, use manure analysis, includes 4-year complete manure management plan. Item 11 is the receipt of the Iowa DNR authorization to use Marshall Ridge Farms site facility number 60101. The Board of Supervisors held a public hearing on and approved the construction permit on March 17th, 2020 for the Iowa Department of Natural Resource to authorize the use of a new freestanding stall building, milking parlor, sand land, and earth and manure storage basins. A proposed anaerobic digester can be amended to this construction permit as long as all the required separation distances are maintained. Master matrix distances claimed do not change and the animal numbers are not increased. Landscaping shall be completed by the summer of 2021. I'll entertain motions to either approve or amend the consent agenda as printed.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the consent agenda as printed.
Now, a second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as printed. Any further discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Okay. Item 12 on our agenda this morning is resolution number 2021-0015, appointing UMB Bank NA of West Des Moines, Iowa to serve as paying agent, note registrar, and transfer agent, approving the paying agent and note registrar and transfer agent agreement and authorize execution of the agreement. I'll entertain motions on this, or Nan, do you want to give us a heads up on exactly what this is?
What this is just accepting who got the bid from last week.
Okay.
So just the next step in our process, and then there's one final process, I believe, in 2 weeks from now.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Okay. I'll entertain motions in a second on this.
I would make a motion. Would you like me to read this?
Sure.
Yes,
As part of the
please.
motion?
Yeah.
Okay. Introduce the following resolution entitled Resolution 2021-0015, appointing UMB Bank NA of West Des Moines, Iowa to serve as our paying agent, note registrar, and transfer agent, approving the payment agent and note register and transfer agent agreement, and authorizing the execution of the agreement, and move that the resolution be adopted.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second on this. Any further discussion?
I do want to add, I know this is not a local bank, but there were 2 local banks in the mix. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that.
I
But
believe it was Farmers and they're out of Melbourne,
Midwest
Midwest.
one.
Yep.
Yes. So we had 2 county banks that were in the mix, but this is kind of the overall one that is central for the whole loan.
It was very nice to see our local banks participating in this. Shop
they got-
local.
And they got the opportunity to do so
Yep.
before outside of county.
Yep. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes,
Patton,
Yes.
Wassick.
Yes.
motion carries. Item number 13 on our agenda this morning is resolution number 2021-0016, approving and authorizing a form of loan agreement and authorizing and providing for the issuance of $4,610,000 in general obligation capital loan notes, Series 2021A, and levying a tax to pay said notes. Approval of the tax exemption certificate and continuing disclosure certificate. Same thing, I would entertain somebody to first introduce this and then second.
Chairman, I would introduce the following resolution entitled Resolution 2021-0016, improving and authorizing a form of loan agreement and authorizing and providing for the issuance of $4,610,000 general obligation capital loan notes, Series 2021A, and levying a tax to pay aid notes, said notes. Oh, okay, that's one word I didn't know about, to pay said notes. Approval of the tax exemption certificate and continuing disclosure certificate. And move that this be adopted.
And Mr. Chair, I would second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. There's one thing I want to point out in this on page 9 under redemption is that after a particular period of time, we do have the ability to prepay and redeem these notes. Other than that, it's pretty standard. Any further discussion?
I was under the impression, I thought we had talked about 0.95 was going to be our interest rate, but I see we're at 1% even.
.95 is the overall, but I'm wondering if this is with the fees.
Okay,
I believe that was the addition,
Okay.
and Jeff covered that
Yep.
on the last time.
Yeah,
just wanted clarification.
Yep. Now, the fees, Jeff removed his personal
Yes, he
fees,
mhm.
which was.
Registration.
an
It's for the
ex-
registration.
Okay, registration. He removed his personal fees from this, but there still are the fees from North Star Securities, but that
Yeah,
was.
Northland, and then
Yep.
all of the insurance, there's just several things that go along with doing any sort of, whether we did bonds or whether we did the loan.
Yep.
Either way,
But he just needs to be commended that
Yes.
he
yes.
removed his personal fees, and he certainly didn't have to.
No, he said, as a Marshall County taxpayer, he wanted to do this, so that was a very nice,
Very, very.
very,
good.
very nice.
Okay. Anything else on this item? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Wassick.
Yes.
Okay. Moving 19 pages down the road here.
Gotta love attorneys.
Yes, they get paid by the
word.
time and the word. Item 14 on our agenda this morning is the purchase of a 2021 Ram 5500 cab chassis for secondary roads, purchased from Greg Young Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Newton for $37,353, and it will be paid from the fiscal year 2021 equipment budget. Paul, are you with us this morning?
Yes, good morning.
Here.
I just wanted to let you know, this truck will be a build that we will build it's a small snowplow unit that we use in places like the harvester and some of our smaller areas where just geometrically the tandem plow is really just a mailbox killer. And so our current unit is just reaching the age where it needs replaced. We will use that what currently is the small, what we call the pickup plow, and it'll still be used in our department for trailering a skid loader and different items, but it won't be in plow service once this one is built. This will have a tailgate and a dump body placed on it at Henderson, which we'll have on the next meeting. And that will be in the next fiscal year because we will not likely get this truck until June, but we still anticipate getting it this fiscal year. But the rest of the work on the dump body and the plow will happen after July 1st.
I'll entertain motions on this item.
Okay, I would make a motion to approve the purchase of a 2021 Ram 5500 cab chassis from Greg Young, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Newton for a price of $37,353, paid from fiscal year 2021 equipment budget.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I would also add that I inquired with Dave Wright to see if we could get local, but they did not return my voicemail. But I think the issue is that this falls under commercial fleet because of the size, because it's a 5500 chassis, and I'm not sure that Dave Wright can even deal in those.
Thank you for adding that, because that was going to be the question I was going to ask. Any further discussion?
Paul, is that delivered without a box by chance?
Correct. It's just a bare chassis, and then we will take that unit to Henderson once we get the chassis.
Thanks.
Anything else? Roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Wassett,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 15 on our agenda this morning is setting the public hearing on the proposed 2021 Marshall County budget. This is a motion to set March 16th, 2021 at 9:05 a.m. in the Grand Courtroom of Marshall County Courthouse, 1 East Main Street, Marshalltown, Iowa, as the time and place to conduct the proposed 2021-2022 Marshall County budget public hearing, and authorize Marshall County Auditor and Recorder to publish notice of the public hearing. I'll entertain motions on this.
Mr. Chairman, I'd move to set March 26, 2021 at 9:05 a.m. in the Grand Courtroom of the Marshall County Courthouse, 1 East Main Street, Marshalltown, Iowa, at the time and place to conduct the proposed 2021-2022 Marshall County budget public hearing, and authorize the Marshall County Auditor and Recorder to publish notice of public hearing.
that's the 16th.
Yes, March 16th, 2021, 9:05.
March 16th, yeah.
Is that
Is that what I
soon enough?
said?
You said 26th, I thought, so 16th, our next,
Oh,
it's at our very next
I
meeting.
apologize.
I'll second that.
Okay, I notice we do not have a vote line under this. Do we not need to vote on this?
We still need to vote,
Okay, in absence of it, we're going to pretend that it's there.
yes.
Any further discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes,
Patton,
Yes.
Wassett,
Yes.
motion carries. Item 16 on our agenda this morning is public forum. This is a time set aside for the public to make comments on topic of county business other than those listed on this agenda. No action will be taken on any of these topics brought up in public forum. Is there anybody that would like to make comments under public forum?
Robbie Rigno wanted to do that. Are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I would like to see about getting side-by-sides licensed on secondary roads. There's a lot of them that's being used for snowplow use. I use mine for snowplow use, for yard work and road, state center and around. I just think that they're getting very, very popular, where they're built very well and they're priced very well, very high, to see if we could use them on secondary roads to get from point A to point B. I mean, they're coming out with air condition, with heat, I mean, to be used year round. I just think that it's something that should be licensed. A lot of the counties around us, I see Tama just let theirs go through the county. Jasper has, I mean, it's coming around all around the state of Iowa, I think. I think there's way over 40 counties that has licensed them at least. I just think it'd be a good thing around Marshall County too for using them in other areas.
Okay,
Robbie, on yours, and then the ones you're talking about, are they licensable? Do they have lights and everything, or what?
Yes, yes, they do. And they also have a wire loom that goes down for turning signals. They're just building them so well anymore compared to when they first come out, you know. You can have turn signals, you can have everything on them too. I think they're built very, very well. I mean, you've seen doom buggies that are made, you know, right in your shop and stuff. And I honestly, in my opinion, I think the Rangers are built twice as good as them, and they're licensed them. And I keep mine licensed with the county. I go to each town and I get a license from each town that allows them, like State Center, Rhodes, Melbourne. I'm not afraid of the license or the insurance, because I keep insurance on them, because they're, like I say, you can buy a new little pickup for about what they're costing anymore, but they're so handy to get around. I think they're a very good utility vehicle as far as I'm concerned. A lot of people started out with golf carts, and now people are they're not getting away from golf carts, but a lot of people are putting the golf carts side by side and going with the utilities and the ATVs. Now, I don't know about the ATVs. That's something I don't know much about. But I do know about the side by sides, because you see them everywhere. So I think it'd be a good time to get them licensed.
Rob, you're proposing that we use them on the blacktops then too, the county blacktops, or just on the gravel roads?
Well, it'd be nice on those of them don't want them on the blacktops. You know, so I mean, that's something that you guys will have to the UTVs that are just built so, I think, anymore. I mean, the money to be spending, and
about half of
all you can do is ride it around town.
Rob, you're breaking up on here. Could you kind of repeat some of those highlights?
That's the way I feel anyway, but
we should probably put this on an agenda item.
And as you can see, I'm probably not the best. I think they should be licensed.
All right.
You're just fine. Well, Rob, we're wondering if this ought to be an agenda item here for one of the upcoming board meetings.
What was that again, bud?
I think we should probably
I'm losing your connection.
We should make this an agenda item for a future meeting. I personally would like to get law enforcement's input on this, our county engineer, and possibly even check with the state if we're going to be on hard surface roads to make sure that we're in compliance. But we've had other requests.
Can you back this a little bit? I lost you and I'm getting muffled, but now I got you back. You have to get with, who'd you say?
We're going to put
crud
in the future and discuss this and get with law enforcement and our secondary roads people and also the state on this.
See, I got you on Zoom and I'm only catching about every 5 words. Okay. I wonder if I should call back in. Would that be a possibility?
That would be fine, or maybe we can send you a text of what we're going to do. We've got our IT department doing that right now.
Hey, I got you now. Now I moved and I got you in a different spot. You say you'll have to talk to the county about on the highways and stuff, or secondary paved roads. Is that what you were saying, bud?
We'll put this on an agenda item for future discussion, and we will check with the law enforcement and the state, plus our county engineer, as far as any requirements to make sure that we're doing everything properly, and we'll address this in a future time.
Yeah, I mean, and it's such a thing that, you know, you could go to Jasper County and see what their regulations are, you know, and kind of go by what they are too, and see how they've been doing it, because I know they've been doing it for probably 2-3 years anyway, and I don't think they've had any problems, you know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, I sure appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right,
have a
thank
good
you.
day. Anybody else on public forum?
This is Mark Eaton, 1007 South 10th Avenue, Marshalltown. I sent the three of you an email concerning the state of the county's website, and I'm wondering if we could look at approving or improving that. There's a lot of old information, a lot of broken links, a lot of circular things. You want to talk to the IT guy and send him an email, and you fill out the form and press submit, and it goes to, it says an error message, we're going to have a broken link here. Just something that I think we should be concerned about, because the counties, we need to make sure we got good transparency anyways. So something for a future agenda.
Okay, we've got our IT department here, James Nearing, and I'm going to have him address that.
Mark, I got a copy of the email you sent, particularly about the one about the broken links on the video and the audio. We've already gone in and fixed that. We've been trying to get a new website up before the tornado, and with everything going on, we kind of put that on the back burner. I think what you have found highlights a lot of problems that we have. You're absolutely right. I want to thank you for calling it to our attention. If you find anything else, we ask that you do reach out. And we've started dusting off that project, and we're going to see if we can't get it up and running possibly by July 1st.
That's excellent news. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the wonders of modern technology, I just had somebody text me a comment under open forum. Evan Folk texted that Warren County just did side-by-side open to the county roads, with the county engineer being the one drawing up the rules. So there's another addition to our.
Warren County?
Yes, Warren County. And that was Evan Folk,
Okay.
the mayor of Laurel.
That'll confuse them.
What county was that again? Sorry.
Warren.
Warren County. Okay.
Yes, sir.
One thing to keep in mind is that the state is talking about this, and it would be beneficial to all of us if the state would just basically put it into code, so that there aren't 99 different sets of rules for UTVs.
I would agree.
There is currently a bill in the House for this year, and I'm not sure what traction it has, but it involves requiring insurance for the UTVs. If they're going to operate on the road, that it would require insurance just like any other motor vehicle. And so that's at least they're talking about it, but it's just a matter of getting them to do something statewide.
Are they talking about UTVs or UTVs and ATVs?
They're just basically lumping them all in, but yes, UTV and ATV.
Okay.
This bill, it's House File 140 if you want to look it up.
Okay. I appreciate all your help.
Do you know if it's come out of committee?
What's that, bud?
It's been introduced. That's all I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is funnel week, so.
Yeah,
If it hasn't come out of committee 2 weeks ago,
I
the
don't think
person
it's
that can
gonna
bring it
happen.
forth is the committee chair. Anybody else under public comment? We got a
This is
lot of,
Mark Eaton.
okay, Mark?
Yeah, one more, if I may. Since there's been a lot of discussion in the newspaper and things like that about the sheriff transitioning to a new job, and the sheriff is posting information about a transition team and some timeline. I'm wondering if that information is going to be made public so everyone can see what the process is going to involve.
I'm going to ask Nan Benson to speak to this issue as far as what we do as county leadership once we receive Steve Hoffman's intent to vacate his office.
So currently, since Steve has not submitted a resignation, there's actually no action that can be taken by the supervisors or them directing me as the auditor to do anything. So we're really, right now, our hands are tied, and I will admit, I've been on vacation for a week, but I've not gotten anything from Sheriff Hoffman to outlining that transition or the timing of all that is yet.
Mark, did that answer your question?
Well, since Sheriff Hoffman's on here, he's aware of my concern and maybe he'll be more forthcoming with the information in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Any other public comment this morning? None around the table? Okay. There
We just got a
being,
message, I'm sorry, from Rhonda Braddis, asking, I apologize, I'm trying to expand it out here.
Oh, hey guys, I'm sorry. I was just sending you a message. I couldn't remember that House bill. I'm on there right now because I'm still following the other House bill that I introduced.
140.
What was
140.
140? I thought it was 50. Thank you. I was just seeing to where it was. Oh, it looks like it's in subcommittee.
Then it's not coming out this year.
Yeah.
If it hasn't come out of committee by this time, the only person that can bring it out of subcommittee would be the committee chair.
Yeah. I was just looking to see if there was an update, but yeah, it's just it just says on 2/25 it hit subcommittee, so, and there's nothing tracking after that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else under public comment? Nothing, James?
No chats, all clear?
Okay. There being no other public comment, we're going to go to item 17 on our agenda this morning, which is adjournment. The next regular session is 21 at 9:05 a.m. All business to be acted upon at that session should be submitted to the County Auditor Recorder's Office or the Board of Supervisors' Office by Wednesday. Oh, give me a date. March 10th at 12 o'clock. There being no further business to come before the board, this meeting